We bring in Steve Alford, head coach at Nevada. Coach, always appreciate your time. How's it going today?
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
What's kind of your just general feeling being here at media days? I know you told me last year, you said this is what big time conferences do, get together in person for these kind of media days. That the league went out and proved it, 6 teams in the tournament. And you also said you hope they went from 5 to 10 on the preseason team. I remember this stuff. And
Right.
They did. They went to 10, which I thought was well deserved.
Yeah, and I just think the more, when you're in a league like this that is so talented, if you only got 5 guys in the preseason, there are a lot of guys left. I think 10, there's a lot still left off. But glad that the league chose to go to 10 and recognize more student athletes, because we have a lot of student athletes that need that recognition in this league. They've done a lot of work.
And sorry to cut you off, the 10 players are represented by 7 different teams. Pretty balanced league.
Yeah, that's good. And I think when you look at it, there's obviously maybe a few teams that have a little bit more experience and those type of things, but it's an open race. You know, you've had San Diego State with obviously Dutch, and that program has done remarkable things. And there's been a lot of us then that have been kind of trying to close that door a little bit of how wide that door was open. But, I think you've got a lot of good teams that have some good experience coming back. And then there's some players that you just don't know about yet and how they're going to do things. So I think it's an open race, and hopefully we're part of that.
You told me over the summer, just kind of tired of finishing second. You've just been really close. And, right there several times. I mean, I know it's a couple weeks into practice here, but do you feel this is the team that can get you over the hump?
Well, we do like our team. We've got 7 seniors, no freshmen. That's my 34th year, and I've been looking back. I think it's the first team I've had that doesn't have a freshman on it. So again, I guess that's probably the portal and how things have changed. But we did a really good job. I think that I'm pleased with our staff. We retained what we needed to retain. We went in the portal and got what we needed to replace. Hunter was a great guy off the bench that really helped us. It hurt us a lot when we got to the tournament and the NCAA tournament, not having the availability of Hunter McIntosh. And then obviously what Keenan and Jared have done over the last 2 years for our program has been incredible. So those were 3 areas that we wanted to replace portal-wise with experience, and we've done that. And then we wanted to get bigger and more athletic, and we've been able to do that. So I like our talent. We're healthy right now. We're big. We're physical. We've got a chance to be elite defensively, and I think we're going to have to be that if we're going to take that next step.
Nick Davidson, obviously, one of your main anchors, made the preseason All Mountain West team. I think Trey Coleman had a strong case to be on there as well. I know both those guys, and you throw in KJ Himes, who is this finally the last year for KJ? 7 years, I think.
Well, we were talking about that. We've had a lot of fun with KJ, but I'm getting ready to enter my 6th year at Nevada, and he's been there longer than I have. So it tells you how long he's been in college basketball.
To have those 3 guys, though, back to kind of anchor things for you.
And Daniel Foster. Daniel really, I think, broke out of it last year because he was healthy. He's been hurt a lot early in his career, and now he's healthy. So we've got 2 really elite defenders in Daniel and Trey Coleman. And Trey probably hasn't got the love that he deserves in this league. I think he'll get that when this year's concluded because his role's changing. He's got to be a double-figure scorer for us this year, and he's made all those development steps. He's shooting the ball at a high level this year, and that's going to be a big step for us because he's very good defensively. But Nick just continues to get better and better. He's going to be a hard matchup, and with the additions of the guys we got coming in, we like the balance. We're very deep right now, and that's a good thing.
I know you've known Leon Rice for a long time. I was kind of surprised to see it, but the first time since he's been here, they've been picked first to win the conference, but they're seemingly right near the top, most years. What's your take on just the job he continues to do and Boise State with the preseason, top seed here?
Well, and it's surprising as much pickleball as he plays. It's surprising that this is taking place, but I have so much respect for Leon. We go way back, and from when I was at New Mexico and then Boise getting in the league, and we've had a lot of fun, and didn't love coaching against Max, but I always favor those coaches' kids, and it's great what Max was able to do while he was there and now with his pro career. But Leon and his staff do a phenomenal job. They're very well respected throughout our league, and the team that they've got and the returnees and the additions that they made, I think very similar to us in that deep and big and old and physical. And I think that's always been a a key to trying to win a championship in this league. And so they're going to be very, very good again this year.
I thought Alvaro Cardenas was a under the radar, maybe big time pickup for them at point guard. You guys had Xavier Dussel, a shooter. I mean, he's third Mountain West school for him. I think there's multiple guys in this league on at least their second. I mean, is it? I think I asked you this over the summer, but I mean, it's just weird. It never in a million years would you have thought of guys transferring in league like this. And it's just the new era wave of college basketball. Are we going to continue to see more and more of that where guys in the handshake line are just saying, hey, give me a call after the season? Or
well, we're in that era of, unless rules change, it's free agency every year. So nobody's a non-restricted free agent in college basketball. Every year there can be a move. So unless rules change, I think you're going to see a lot of this. And now we pay attention to teams we play in the non-conference. We got an MT coming up in South Carolina. We'll be paying attention to the players on these teams that if all of a sudden they hit the portal, we've seen them and we've already evaluated them. And that never used to take place. So we're very fortunate. Not only do we have Xavier, who's got a chance to be all-time leading three-point maker in Mountain West history. He's had a very good career already, and that's a good replacement for Jared. But we also replaced Keenan with Kobe Sanders, a 6'9" point guard from Cal Poly who averaged 20 last year. He's had a phenomenal summer, and I think going to be a big piece to what we do.
Is it Jessup or Rice? Or I'm blanking who it is, but somebody at Boise State has the three-point record. So I know that fans probably on this show aren't super excited to hear about that.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know the history of it, but I do know that.
I think Justinian Jessup might be the one that has it.
Yeah. So he's got a chance. Xavier's been
away or something.
He's been in this league a long time.
What do you make just of the current? You're good on big picture stuff, being in the ground the game as long as you have. Just the current state of college basketball as a whole. How are you feeling about that?
Well, I'm probably.
How much time do we have?
Yeah, it's just it's not what I thought our product would end up being. When you've got so much movement. I think fans. When I grew up playing, and then for most of my career, I thought you had a lot of fans. The majority of fans, even who love basketball, would say they love college basketball or they love professional basketball. They like watching the NBA. There are a lot of fans that didn't like college that loved the NBA or vice versa. And now we've morphed into not only are we just like the NBA, we're probably less rules than the NBA. In other words, NBA players have there's unrestricted free agents. There's guys under contract that can't move. The NCAA and what we're in right now, it's unrestricted free agency every year. And so it's hard for fans that love college basketball who you got cities like Boise, cities like Reno that love college basketball. They love to get a freshman and see how that's why Nick's loved in our city because
Degenhart same way.
They see what they are as a freshman and they get to just follow them for 4 years. Well, guys like Degenhart and Nick are few and far between anymore because now you can have a good year and now you try to leave for more money and greener pastures and it's all unrestricted. And so that part I don't like. I'm a big fan of how the game has evolved to where student athletes can make money on name, image, and likeness, but this isn't name, image, and likeness. It's pay to play. It's not what it was designed to do, and there needs to be things in place that it is name, image, and likeness. It's a guy like we mentioned, Degenhart, Nick. They've earned an image. They've earned something to gain something, but we're paying everybody. We're paying guys that haven't done anything. And it's just not, I don't like that about college basketball because we've really got a model that is the G League, and yet it's better than the G League because throughout college basketball, players are making more money than you make in the G League.
I'm pretty sure you were in favor of the 20-game league schedule, right?
Not so much.
Really? Okay. Well, last year would have helped you though. If you
it would have helped us. And when I say not so much, I kind of teeter-tottered the last couple of years in my voting. And the only reason why I was reserved is that at New Mexico, my 6 years there, and now my 4-5 years now at Nevada, we just had a product where we were sitting in, at least in my tenure at New Mexico and my tenure at Nevada, we were probably averaging 4.5 teams, 4 to 4.5 teams getting in the NCAA tournament. So I couldn't get over the fact that if we go to 20, is that going to bring more? Last year we get 6. And I get it. You have teams that struggle with non-conference scheduling and those type of things, but especially in this area, I hope it works. I finally voted for 20. So I was no, and now I'm yes. I hope it works, but I think it's going to be hard. I like having a legit champion. Now we had that at New Mexico. We played everybody. We didn't have as many teams in the Mountain West. Yeah. So we played everybody twice, and I love that format because you get a true champion. But as far as NCAA bids, I guess we'll have to wait and play it out to see if it generates as many, if not more, bids.
Yeah, I mean, you had bigger gripe on the court than anybody. You didn't get the team that won to come to your place and lost by one game.
Exactly.
I mean, Final thing, Coach, just overall, your excitement level for this season and your team. And I know, mentioned the second place finish last year, but it seems like expectations and hope is high there in Reno.
It is. We got a great fan base. We've got really good movement. We just moved into a $12 million Lannis locker room lounge building. That's phenomenal. We got a new arena on the forecasted here for the next couple of years. So there's a lot of good movement going on in Reno and with our program. And our guys are hopeful to take that next step. It's not easy in this league. It's very competitive, but it's very fun. And we've got a great fan base to do it with.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Steve Alford, head coach at Nevada. We appreciate him for joining us here on Bronco Nation News as we continue our coverage of Mountain West Media Days